We'll do a sound check. Janice, can you hear us well?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So this is the meeting of the Plainfield Housing Advisory Committee on Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. We'll call the meeting to order. We're gonna postpone the approval of the minutes of the last meeting. Lydia's not here. She was gonna do some edits on them, so we can postpone that to the next one. Changes to the agenda. I was contacted by Paul Emery about possibly being here, giving an update on from the Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission on the housing targets for the area, but I think we'll be doing that at the next meeting. Lydia's not here to read the community agreements, but I can summarize them in saying we want to agree with each other. I mean, we can agree to disagree with our policies, but not our personalities, as just a summation of that. And then I can open it up to public comment.
Sorry, I have another change to the agenda,
Okay.
actually. Could you also delete David Sheckman's inventory spreadsheet, because I think it would be better if he was here.
Okay, we'll just
Skip it,
pass
and
that.
let's move meeting Russ. Well, I
Okay.
guess it is the next
It
thing
is
anyway.
the next time.
Because he has
I'm the
to
public
leave.
comment.
Yeah, sure.
So hi, I'm Russ Green. I'm relatively new to Plainfield. I've been here not quite 5 months. I live on Main Street. I would just like to be able to support the housing committee in whatever capacity is useful to the housing committee. I'm born and raised Vermonter. I've lived away from the state for my whole adult life from 21 until now. I'm 47. I have a undergrad and master's in landscape architecture. I don't practice any longer, but I'm versed in regional planning and zoning and whatnot. I speak that language. I work in tech now as a designer. But that's pretty much it. I would just like to be able to, support whatever research or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever work that's happening. Also don't want it to be duplicative. I, would like to see what you all are working on, and again, support you in whatever way is meaningful, whether that is on a working committee or being part of the committee itself.
That's great. It's always good to have more sounding talented people, energetic and optimistic. Our task as a committee is to forward names to the select board. And we forward Janice's name to the select board, and you couldn't make that meeting. So here we are. And I'm glad I don't have to choose between the two, because I'd like you both to be on the committee. So I guess what we did with Denise, we made a motion to.
Well, I think we asked her a few questions first.
Yeah.
We grilled her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You wanna go ahead and grill?
I'm gonna grill
Russ.
now.
Yeah, we should have.
So I don't know, like how closely you've been following the story of the floods, the 2023, the 2024, the FEMA buyout.
So I'm aware of the floods happening, and that is about it. I live on Main Street, definitely within the the floodplain. And I'm a renter. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to put out. I'm a renter. I don't know how many renters' voices you have on the committee, but I think that's a valuable one. I make sure that the sump pump is on in our basement, and when it went with all the rain, so it's definitely an anxiety that is in my my neighbors' brains.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that they've happened, but that is the extent.
Right. So after those floods, there was a move to build on a meadow that's adjacent to the village, which is commonly referred to as the East Hill development. It's at the bottom it's at the end of Main Street, where Main Street and joins East Hill Road going out of the village. And that is sort of ongoing, and they have grants to do that. And they are hoping to build low income, owner occupied homes with the help of Habitat for Humanity and something called Home Design. I don't know anything about them. We can't find anything online really. So I think our focus has been trying more to look at other things that we could do that isn't building out of, from nothing. So we have 3 working groups. The working group that Betsy and I and David, who isn't here, are in is actually, well, and Will has sort of participated too. They overlap, I guess, the working groups. But one working group is contacting people who have abandoned and dilapidated
Okay,
homes and seeing if we can both assist them and prod them to fix them up.
can I ask, with these abandoned homes, is this? With the idea that the infrastructure's there, that there is like some kind of septic or sewage that runs to it, so that is the impetus to.
Well, there is
Yes.
one that has that situation for sure. I don't know about all of them.
Well, is your question, are they already on the septic and water system?
Correct, yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
as far as I
yes,
know, all
they
these
are.
Buildings are,
okay,
so they already have that infrastructure in place. So it's just, yeah, maybe maybe they could be renovated, maybe they can't, the lab, something in bad shape. So
But they're also the sort of the face of Plainfield right now.
Yeah.
they are, and that's a part of our, I think the whole community, but we definitely feel like that puts, Plainfield, that's not in a great place, in terms of, how it looks and how it feels. And we'd like to see that change. So we're, part of the committee wants to also offer, I think maybe you said that was assistance. Some of the members of the committee are really good, knowledgeable builders. And might be able to advise people who are, get them started. And some members of another committee are really knowledgeable about resources that are available.
And we've created an ordinance that would deal with these, like a legal ordinance that we forwarded to the select board.
I'll give an update on that.
Give an update on that, yeah. Are you going to now, or?
Oh, no, I thought.
Oh,
we should-
okay.
we should
So there's that,
continue to
and then
grow.
there's another working group that's sort of more in charge of communications and outreach, so letting people know what we're doing and also hopefully having them come to us and ask for assistance with things. And Hazel and Lydia, who isn't here today, are spearheading that one. So those are the current 3 working groups, like you might think you have skills or interests that would, and they meet at separate times outside. Because we have to follow open meeting law, which means that everything we do is public unless we have fewer people than would be a quorum, which actually would be 4 people.
understood.
Yeah.
I mean, would you like me to speak to?
Yes.
So I think, as far as the outreach to these people, these properties, I'd be comfortable with that. I've done a lot of canvassing, like
Mhm.
for candidates, especially when I know the issue.
Right.
So if I'm given, some background on place, people and how you've approached them before, I'm happy to reach out to people, especially if it's in a friendly way, we're
Oh,
not,
yeah.
we're not trying to push
No,
people off.
we're absolutely friendly.
Well, our initiative so far with me and Lydia, we've been going to the farmers market down in the village.
Yeah.
There was near the church, I'm sure you.
Yeah, I live right
Yeah.
there.
We've been going down there every other weekend, setting up a stand and seeing people come. That's had some limited success, so we're taking a more aggressive approach now. We're gonna door knocking.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have a list of
so
addresses.
I'm leaving this meeting at 6:15. I'm helping with Amanda Janus, I'm just volunteering, but like, I'm very comfortable
So
canvassing.
you got some background.
Yeah, yes,
That's
absolutely. So like but your effort is more of like helping people find housing, helping
Yeah.
people.
Our main goals have been, we wanna kind of assess what people want in the community, especially in the blind spots,
Mhm.
right? Cause there's a lot of people who are very engaged and there's some who maybe can't really afford to be engaged.
Yeah, yeah,
Busy,
yeah,
or, they might be a renter.
Yeah, yeah,
or, they might have kids, they might work a full-time job.
So are all 3 of those.
Yeah, well, all 3 of those, yeah, so we're trying to find the gaps from where people might not be aware, we're trying to educate them on housing resources, like there's this one that is through a credit union and they offer loans that.
I could get your building open before I.
Right, that builds credit, and then so we're looking at that, but we're also trying to make sure that all the initiatives here are in line with the interests of the people that are reaching out.
Just for my own edification, what is the like, what do the questionnaires look like? Do you have are you just like jotting things down in a pad?
Well,
or-
right now, we're trying to be at the base of, contacts, so that's what we're doing at the farmer's market, we're getting those emails and phone numbers. And then we're going to sort of make a more formalized newsletter that we can send to people.
Okay.
Well, trying to keep up in touch in more personal, face-to-face ways, since it's easy to ignore on the newsletter. We actually discussed making videos, like 1 minute videos, 60
Sure.
seconds, that would maybe be more engaging than just like a blob of text.
Last question, then I'll let everyone move on, because I don't wanna take up the whole meeting. How are you identifying people for like canvassing? Are you just kind of going blindly, or are you identifying people that might?
Lydia procured a list of addresses in Plainfield and the surrounding area, I believe. And it's by property owner, but it also was a apartment block, so we'd be able to reach those people.
Awesome, yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to help with either of those, and if anything ever comes to building, I'm not a skilled builder, but I've swung a hammer before, so I'd be happy to swing a hammer if it ever comes to that.
You'll be called soon.
Yeah, please, I just need a little direction.
And just to mention that Chris, who's over there, is our kind of Goddard or Creative Campus on Goddard representative. And he both informs us with what's happening on Goddard and takes info from here back to his cohorts.
Yes. Do you know a little bit about what's happening up here?
So my connection to Vermont, I grew up in Westford. I went to Essex High School. All of the people that I know in the state are in Chittenden County, so I'm trying to build a community here.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to the farmer's market. I know Francis Rose is my neighbor.
Uh-huh.
So I don't,
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
this is
Yeah.
definitely like,
Yeah.
I would like the info.
Yeah, just to keep bringing you up to speed a little bit, the college closed in 2024.
I did know that.
And so now this is a mixed use repurposing project aimed at 50/50 creative economy activity right here in the historic preserve, and then new housing in the peripheral open
Oh,
land.
I was aware of this, sorry. I listened into,
Oh, the last meeting,
it was the meeting prior to that,
okay,
but I was quietly on Zoom
yeah.
with my camera off.
So that's why this is a pertinent piece, and now the entire campus property is in the NDAs, in the neighborhood development area. So right in downtown, we're another option for new housing here, in addition to the East Village expansion.
So I mean, the stuff that you're talking about, a lot of it's adaptive reuse, and that's where it's at.
Right.
It's awesome.
Right.
So,
Follow right there.
Oh, you are.
yeah, watch your step around
Did you see
there.
my sign at the clock out?
No, I ran into a former TA who told me what,
Oh, wow, really?
what essentially where to go, yeah. Was Grace, now Gus.
Oh, yeah.
Denise has her hand raised.
Thank you. I just want to say, like everyone else here, I'm sure, and the select board, it is thrilling to have a new person with new energy, who wants to be involved. And should the select board choose Russ instead of me, and they probably should, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help in, other ways with the committee. So, just it's great, and I'm excited that there's this new energy. Thanks.
Okay, I think we could have a motion to forward Russ's and Janice's name to the select board. I think to make it easier in the select board, if Russ and Janice just write a short email describing, a little bit, because they may not know you as well as they know Janice, who's been in town a while.
Absolutely.
And to preface that whoever doesn't make the committee can work just as hard. Being on the committee just means you have to be here every other Wednesday afternoon, and to tell you the truth, you could just show up a little less often, it wouldn't be the worst thing. So, but the select board makes the decision and we make the recommendation.
Excellent. Well, pleasure meeting you all.
Yeah, oh, it's great, and yeah, there's plenty of other places, there's an opening of the planning commission. I do that all the time. So
I'm so confused. I thought we made a motion to recommend Janice.
we did, so we're gonna make a motion to recommend Russ. And then,
As
as well,
Yeah.
and then we'll forward both names. So can we have a motion to recommend Russ Green?
Second.
And it's, so move second, any further discussion? All those in favor? Second.
Aye.
So maybe if you just, cause I'll send an email to that thing, if you send me an email, yeah, not the whole, they don't wanna read, you know, but, you know, they get enough.
I'll give
email.
the similar spiel that I gave.
Yeah, 2-3 paragraphs is plenty, not forward those, and if you send it as like a PDF would be great, but I could convert it to a PDF, that way I could send it as attachments and they could print it out.
Absolutely.
Versus another email thread, because the more messages in an email thread, the more confusing it can be.
Fair enough.
Yeah, oh, great, well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
There's a few more minutes you can hang, I think I'm gonna make another change to the agenda on the fly. And if anybody doesn't know Paula Emmer, she's our regional planning commission representative.
Hi.
Welcome, Paula, and she's got some updates on the housing targets, and she's quickly scurrying through her laptop to find.
Well, I need to visually share them.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Go to the next agenda.
Oh, are you, I can,
have it queued up. I'm
you
just,
want to, can you join this?
yeah.
Join
I'm
the
just gonna
Zoom
join
meeting.
the Zoom. I'm just looking for that email
Yeah.
that joins the Zoom. So I'm gonna make this super duper quick. Not gonna stick around either for it. Do you guys, if you have a short agenda item,
No, I think
Okay.
we got time.
this
If
is
you're,
pretty
you're
this is
here.
pretty quick. Just looking for the one with the Zoom link in it.
Yeah,
It's, well, I guess I could just search for you. Like Will said, I represent Plainfield on the Regional Planning Commission, and this is a year of creating a new, we have to, we have to re-up the regional plan. And so as a commissioner, I had to, I was at, I was supposed to make comments. And I actually read the entire thing, almost all of it. And one of the things that really struck me, I cannot, hang on a second. I can't do two things at once.
Yeah, sorry.
I used to, when I taught, could do that. I got like a PDF, Will.
do you want to just email it to me?
No, because it's a 260.
Oh, don't do that.
Zillion page
Don't do that.
document. Here, it's just not opening Zoom, it's going into, there it goes.
There you go, yeah.
Let me in, so
Oh,
I'm,
I gotta let you in.
well, I haven't really gotten there yet. There we go. It just seemed like it would be a really wise thing to have for you all.
Yeah.
And the planning
Oh,
commission.
no. Oh,
That's just me in the room.
She's just on the out. She hasn't joined the meeting, so she can't share.
Yeah, here we go. I'm here. This meeting is scheduled for June 10,
Wrong meeting.
scheduled for 5 p.m.
Yeah.
PHAC.
Yep.
Came from Will Hogan. Uh-huh.
You just said June, did you mean that?
Huh? It's a different, give them another Zoom link each time. Yeah. Well, this was from June, right, okay, gotcha. Okay. And this is June 24th. Here's, sorry, I'm going to all of them now. Here it is, the one that I didn't look at. So I'm gonna screen share.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure, I never remember where to.
I think is it down in participants maybe? Like if you go back to
Yeah.
participants.
Well, that lets her in.
And then you should be able to screen share with her, right? If you choose her,
Okay.
share screen, maybe.
There you go.
Or turn your
Yeah,
I had the whole thing on, but
yeah,
oh, I just unmuted it. Okay,
yeah, now you're muted.
there we go.
Now you should be able to share your.
Getting close,
No.
getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we gotta find this thing on Safari. I should be able to just share that.
Yeah, you
and
go.
then Go to this.
There you go.
It's not bad, but go away. Go away. Yeah, no,
There you go.
All right, so, so, you guys are you familiar with the revisions to Act 250?
Yeah.
Very familiar, so we don't need that.
Pretty
Familiar
familiar.
enough,
We're pretty-
because that's it in a nutshell there, right? Like tier 1A and tier 1B are like cities and larger things. Villages like Plainfield are tier 1B. It's and tier 1B, the definition is not gonna be here, of course, that would be too simple. But basically, it basically, what they did with Act 250 is change it so that developing in village centers, in and near village centers, town centers, urban centers doesn't require as much paperwork, whereas building outside of them does.
So neighborhood development area is not considered,
It's called
Village center.
smart growth. Well, if you're in a
Yes,
village.
it does.
it does consider, so NDA would be this.
It
Okay,
yeah, but it
Yeah, they
depends on
overlap.
where it is. It depends on where it is. Like if it's in a tier 1A or tier 1B area, then it falls into that. But if it's out up on a dirt road and not in one of those zones, then it does not.
yeah, okay, I was just wondering if that.
But you can actually look here. You can see this here. So, you know, I'll show you the housing targets in a second, but basically they're pushing a lot of housing. I mean, the numbers were stunning to me, which is why I wanted to share them. And the majority of it will go to downtowns and planned growth areas, and you can see, then they listed in this region what those are. Okay, 20% of the housing will go to villages and village areas and village centers, and that's where we're listed as Plainfield. Okay? So,
When you say goes, do you mean funds will go?
No,
Or
no, it means that
that's
this
that's
is where they
what-
want.
expectations.
That
This is
Yeah,
the goal.
this is the goal. Yeah, this is the development goal,
Right.
but developing housing is also the goal, right? And
Right.
so we'll get to that. So the housing targets were the part that kind of blew me away, right? So by 2030, these are the towns, this here is by 2030, this is by 2050, okay? And what the regional planning commission, what the regional planning staff had to do was divide this up based on density and availability of land, right? They can't just sort of say like, oh, okay, we're just gonna divide it up like this, because some towns don't have anything that's outside of a floodplain. Right, so these plans really take the flood and other the natural hazard stuff into account. And they take into account like decreasing commute time. They don't want, the state is actively not trying to get people to be like driving from far away. Yeah, you're trying to like do what they do in Europe, basically. It's like, you know, there's less driving. So the lower target for 2030 is 54, and a housing unit,
Yeah,
you know, right?
no, what is
All right,
that exactly?
So a housing unit is like in my house, like if I take the side of my house where I have a housemate and made that into an apartment, you know, well, that would be a housing unit. Because it's a distinct unit of housing, right? So if somebody breaks up their big old house into 4 apartments, that's 3 coming on, right? Because one person was already there and you put 3 more in. Correct?
So in their terminology, a housing unit is a new use
It's-
unit.
Yeah, of anything that allows someone to live there,
And
whether
it could
they
be
own
one
it or rent it.
person, or it could be a
It's
family of 4.
yeah,
That's not,
it's
that doesn't matter.
anything that allows someone
Okay.
to live there. Is that making sense?
Yeah,
So it's a dwelling.
yeah.
So
Of-
you could
of
add a
some
little,
size or
you could
another.
put a little something on the back of your house. Now, mind you, you might wanna not do that, but that's another story. So, okay, lower lower goal for Plainfield is 54, upper is 83 units by 2030.
Which
About
actually,
3 years out.
if Chris's plans go through,
Twenty thirty is pretty close, really.
yeah, but we're already on top of that number.
Your plan is.
Mine alone.
Yeah.
All right, so we're tier 1B, I believe.
Plainfield is.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So, these are the things that make you eligible and they're worth looking at. You have to have permanent zoning and subdivision bylaws. Thank you, Will Colgan. An adopted and approved plan. Thank you, Will Colgan.
That's been going on for a lot,
I
with a
know.
lot of people.
And others.
Yeah, well, I mean, Will's been the planning commission for so many years.
Too long.
So many years.
We
That's
need-
that's why I'm saying thank
I
you,
know
Will
that.
Colgan. So it has to exclude identified flood hazard and fluvial erosion areas per FEMA, all that stuff. You can't get FEMA insurance if you build in these areas, you know that, right?
Mhm.
Has to have water, wastewater, and soils that can accommodate, that. And this is interesting.
Paul,
has to
I
have
had a
staff.
question for Denise about fluvial erosion.
Where are we?
Is there a question?
What is
About
fluvial?
fluvial
Yeah, I was
erosion.
just wondering what the definition of that is. Thanks.
You just have to look that up.
Okay.
Like
Okay, thanks.
something that it's we know,
I think we have,
we're,
we have.
we're-
fluvial
we're.
Yeah.
Betsy's looking at one out her kitchen window and
We
we're
have all
driving
kinds of
right
erosion.
over one.
Yeah.
It's an area that's gonna keep sloughing off.
Fluvial.
Yeah, well, isn't there one of those on the edges of the East Village
No,
development?
Maybe there may form one. I don't know if there's.
No.
Yeah.
no, well, I don't know, you'd have to see, but I don't, as far
Yeah.
as I know, that's not the case. I think you're
Okay.
looking more like up the Brook Road.
Mhm, I see. So it's an extreme kind of situation.
You probably should look up the definition.
I will,
guess
thank
I
you.
have it in my head.
Fluvial erosion.
Yeah, I
is
didn't
the
mean
process by which rivers and streams wear away rock, soil, and sediments, shaping valleys, gorges, and other landforms. So it's essentially erosion.
Yeah. Yeah. High erosion areas. Alright.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah,
Eligible for what?
eligible to be in tier 1B, which just means less scrutiny. You meet these criteria.
Okay, This is
and
the
then
less. got
There's,
it.
yeah,
Thank you.
it's like less
Thank
scrutiny,
you.
much easier to put housing here. And again, they're trying to get people to put them in condensed areas. And so this part, the outreach, actually will, Nikki Sabato from the Regional Planning Commission, she's one of the planners, is gonna be at a planning commission meeting and we'll get more into more
First
depth.
week in August, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
August 3rd, I
We'll
think
know
she said. So I think that would really be where you could really get into your definitions, and go deep into it. So that was really all I wanted to show you. It mainly was like, holy Toledo Batman, I forgot to even look, by 2050, again, these are, yeah.
I just had a question, so with the 2050 goals, which I guess you're quite like high on some of them, what kind of population growth is that supposed to accommodate? Is there like a goal on that as well to bring people into the state, like, is there a number? I'm just wondering.
That actually, okay, so I'm gonna show you guys something because I think I was desperately trying to, get this material together in like 5 minutes and, well. So this is good enough. The Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission has a website, right? And this is this was in program areas. And you can go to, where are we at here? Municipal planning, regional plan 2026 update. And all of this, so the regional plan is like insanely detailed. It's 600 pages. And so you don't have to obviously read the whole thing. So this is the current draft of the regional plan. The housing stuff starts on page 260 something, 236.
And this is available at the website. If
Yeah,
you wanted to
yeah,
download the whole PDF.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna scroll through, but it goes through. Like, it goes through this whole thing about decreasing household size. Like what we're seeing in trends, it's full of charts and graphs as well, which. But it's sort of looking at the trends in how we're housing and and also and juxtaposing that with income. What housing costs and what's actually available. So this chapter is actually a pretty interesting read. So that's that. And so it's really easy to find. Oh, I was wondering why that wasn't.
There might be auto.
Yeah.
But at least read, right?
No,
Yeah.
It's cool, it's good.
So I think that's about it, and it's easy to find, and I'll just quickly show you this. So there it is, this is the regional plan, and it does have a table of contents. And you're looking for well, you could read all of it, but you're really looking for the housing element is what it's called. Is that acceptable?
Paula.
Yeah,
Very
Thank you.
interesting.
May I be released?
you may.
Thank you.
You are excused.
Oh, good.
You can go jump in the water somewhere.
No, I have to do some wood.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too.
No.
Congrats on all that's going on here.
Oh, cool.
How do we stop?
Oh.
sharing?
Oh,
You got-
sorry, I should have done that. I just was like packing it up.
I can throw it out of the meeting or something.
Stop participation.
Yeah, no,
Ooh, it's really, well, if I just close.
I think I did.
There you go.
I think I did it. Now you can just leave the meeting.
Yeah, well,
I stopped the
oddly, I
share.
don't appear to be in. Oh, there it is, okay.
Alicia's asking, I'll put out a link to where to get the plan. Yeah, if you go right to
It's
the,
really easy to find it on the Central Vermont Regional Planning Commission website.
yeah. But I'll.
Yeah, I should have put that in the,
I'll put that
Yeah.
out. One click.
yeah, one click, remember to use the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Okay,
thanks, Paul.
yeah.
And thanks for being on the commission and attending all those meetings.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
It's
can't.
an underappreciated service.
Yeah, it's better if I could actually then communicate what I'm doing there to people, but I never have time. So this was great.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Bye. It was nice to see, I just realized where I knew you from.
thought I recognized.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Ciao.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. This
Oh,
room,
yeah,
that room's really. cool.
yeah.
It's my fan.
Update on mailing to town residents. I met with Nikki when I picked up the Yellowwood study, and she said you should see it any day. It's all that stuff has been done, so just pick up your mail with anticipation.
This is the postcard?
Yes, this is the
Okay.
big, yeah.
First one coming.
Yep, and then Alicia says she got it. It might be in your mailbox today.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
yes.
get my mail through the post office if that gives,
Oh,
anybody
okay.
context. That's useful.
Okay.
Great shirt, Will.
Oh, yeah, that's great. It was a Easter party, family. We all tie-dyed t-shirts and I kept mine. Throw that,
a
yeah,
couple years ago.
yeah. Do we want to have an update from the farmer's market or?
So last week, what we tried to do was set up near the community meal. Instead of going from 5 to, no, so I'm sorry, instead of going from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we went from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. We still had some limited success in tracking people in, so I'm gonna go up to people instead of just sitting down. So we kind of been doing that where Lydia goes around, she circulates, and we come back. But I think we're both maybe gonna start to
Mhm.
circulate around and just get people's faces a little bit. I floated around the idea, I mean, I did last 2 weeks ago, bring cookies.
Hmm.
And they weren't, I don't think that really brought anyone in.
Try ice cream.
That's true,
Yeah.
yeah, well, they weren't homemade cookies, cause
Yeah.
the expense of that
Yeah.
and the time. They were just like Oreos, like off-brand Oreos, so that's probably
Yeah,
perfect. I was hoping at least some people, I gave 2 people like milk cookies. No, really, what I'm looking forward to most, and what I think will build the most momentum is the door knocking.
Yeah.
Processes,
Yeah.
yeah. What I wanna do while we're doing that is. Ideally get people's contact information, but even if we can't just get people's opinions, like
Mhm.
2 sentences, 3 sentences, maybe a small paragraph.
Mhm.
About what do you think about housing in Plainfield? What do you think needs to be done and what do you think you could do about it if you're interested?
yeah, cool, great. Thanks. I'll give an update on the housing ordinance. We forwarded to the select board and they said, come back, make sure you contact the people who are involved in enforcing it, which would be the health officer, the zoning administrator and constable. I sent out an email a while ago, didn't get a response, sent out a follow-up email and I'll be getting some feedback. And I got in contact with Nikki. One of the other questions was, how do you enforce it? What are the mechanisms? So I've got some statutory guidelines on ordinance enforcement. And so we pretty much agreed as a group that we were gonna forward it to them. So once I have all those pieces, if I don't need, I feel I don't need to wait for the next meeting, I can send all the relevant information to the select board, because basically they're gonna start chewing it all over again anyway, so if they wanted some more information, we'll give it to them. Along with the ordinance, so we just wanna keep the thing moving.
So have you heard back from like Dan Caddy? and-
No, Dan, I haven't heard Dan, 2, 3 emails, just let the select board talk.
Yeah.
No, but I got, we had a transition in zoning administrators from Karen Story to Kaylee Holt, and we might have got lost a little in there, but Kaylee said she'd look at it.
Okay.
So we're moving along.
Yeah, about,
Yeah, we
what's her
do.
name?
No,
Kaylee?
no, Kaylee Hope is in zoning administrator.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. And I hope she will be at the DRB meeting tonight.
We don't have a number on it, but on one of the pages of our ordinance says penalty and enforcement.
Yes,
And under there, we say, they'd be notified and then, wait. Is she authorized to allow the use of ordinance? In addition, the violation shall be a civil matter which is enforced, whatever. Okay,
yeah, it's not a criminal matter, it's a civil matter.
but anyway, there is a next point which says that a civil penalty of not more than $100 per violation will be imposed. Each day that the violation continues constitutes a separate violation. So that's one way
That's the stick,
of enforcing.
yep.
That's the Dan Caddy stick.
Yeah, we don't, I mean, that's the same as a zoning violation. It's the same penalty every day you violate, so you can escalate. You don't have to, you can escalate it if you want to, but we never want to get to that. But,
No, and it's good to know, to hear that this is the same.
Yeah.
Similar penalty that we have with other ordinances. such
Yes.
as zoning.
right, yeah,
Any other ordinance that has.
well, the select board is looking at other ordinances that can be enforced, and they're still trying. And you have to have a certain number of things in place which they're setting up, and this is just be one more.
Okay. All right, yeah. There are other steps.
Yeah.
But, the.
Yeah.
He is the.
Yeah.
Major stick.
Yeah, you gotta have the stake, but one of the things for us is we wanted for this enforcement, we wanted to have. We have tools that these dilapidated houses, find resources for them. Graham Keegan is one of our members and he's doing a renovation on Creamery Street, and we try to find ways to find better finance or better rates of financing for those projects that are inherently useful for renovating older projects, and there's a lot of them. And we're gonna have a resource page, and I think I put the last document we got on the housing website,
That
resource page.
22.
Yeah, I hate that,
Document.
yeah, I asked to put that on, I wonder if we wanna put, I guess we can wait for David, but put his spreadsheet on,
Yeah.
it's
I think
public
so.
knowledge.
Yeah,
I just wanna go ahead and do that, I mean, all I
I
do,
think the thing is,
We wanna-
well, I would like to reorganize that a
Okay,
bit personally, but we need to have somebody assigned to loading stuff up on that, on the Google.
oh, no, I'm
documents.
talking about the town website.
Oh, I don't think we should put that on the
Okay.
town website.
I mean, it's town, it's comes from the grand list.
Yeah, but it does have kind of commentary about.
Okay, well, we could take that, we could,
Maybe
I
we
mean,
should
you could,
change that.
yeah, you could hide that, it's just an idea.
Yeah,
It's a stick and it doesn't cost that much. And it, it doesn't cost it's kind of like listing if your house is, if you haven't paid your taxes, they used to list that in
Right.
the town.
Well, we could put that on as an item to discuss, because it's David's spreadsheet.
yeah,
It'd
and
be
some
better
of
to
them
wait.
where he says it's livable, I would argue
Well-
that it isn't knowing the property, so there was some.
Yeah, we could just list the addresses,
Yeah,
not even the property
not,
owners
not
or
like
anything,
list.
but
livable
let's
or-
make
yeah.
that as an item for
Okay,
discussion.
next week, next
That's a good
time.
idea because I think it's an easy.
Well, it's, yeah, and this is what we're looking, this is what the housing commission committee is looking at, so.
Yeah.
But we don't need to go into all the details, we post what we want.
Right,
Yeah, I think also there's a few other buildings to add, and, or not necessarily dilapidated. But anyway, in different categories.
can you bring those next time,
Yeah,
Betsy, the ones
yeah,
that you
yeah.
noted? I've got a list too, but I couldn't print at home this
Okay.
afternoon.
And the other thing I want to say is that, yeah, we want to continue to, I think we want to continue to add to the inventory to include new houses being built. This is just another
Yeah.
category, but for our public information or whatever, for the select board's information. And for this goal we're trying to meet of new housing by 2030.
But that's
No,
true, yeah, we
we
could, yeah,
Begin by saying, over the last year, these many new ADUs have been whatever begun to be available. These many new houses are begun and we can get the list through.
yeah, the zoning, if you look at the town report, the zoning administrative reports those.
Yeah, and we might be able to get an update right now. as
Yeah,
to
yeah.
what's been,
Yeah.
what zoning
Yeah.
permits have been.
Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah, I read those regularly.
Yeah.
Good, so maybe we can use
So
some
we
of
can
that.
do quarterly updates on
Yeah.
the housing inventory, is what we
Right.
call it.
Right, okay, let's call it that.
Yeah, and I think
That sounds
then we
efficient.
might wanna also state, the proposed housing, approximate housing at Goddard. That will be in the next so many years.
Yeah, make some big promises.
Well, we could
So
say,
easy to make a big comment.
but I
Yeah.
think that you also said there are presently already some housing that has been. opened.
Transition from offices or dorms currently, yes, yeah, that's it though, so.
And-
Similar to dorm size, living unit.
Those numbers are still good.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
housing,
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
because we don't have a rental in,
right,
There's also the Plainfield Inn, 17 units
Yep.
are.
Now 17.
Yeah,
in total, 17, but that's 14 new ones, because aren't there?
there's
presently-
4 in there, so it'd be an addition of 13 new
13.
units.
Plus,
And that will be within the year,
Phoenix Pratt, the Pratt Center,
That one I wouldn't, I don't think we're ready to count our ducks,
whatever,
count our chickens, I mean.
Okay.
Or geese or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have to see where that one goes, just because it's such a major shift and a big change. And we had an architectural study done, it's possible, but there are lots of question marks about how that would serve. So I'd be less inclined to make promises about that one right now, time wise especially.
Could we move on to the next agenda item? I mean, what we're talking about actually isn't really on the agenda
Yeah.
anyway.
what we wanna do is put this on for next meeting.
Yes, I already made a note.
Yeah.
Okay, and housing inventory.
Yeah, yeah,
is part-
quarterly updates.
Yeah.
Which actually, okay, so up to the next update is the potential guest speakers. Has anybody contacted any of these people?
I can contact Frank, I know him pretty well,
Okay, so you'll do that.
I can do that.
Okay,
What was the list again? Do you mind reading
A
it?
list of potential guests, people who are
Yeah.
involved in housing projects in town.
Yeah,
Frank Mitchell has his tiny home. Graham Keegan has his
Yeah.
renovation, and then the North Country Credit Union mortgage availability. I think Christie.
Yeah.
Could do that.
oh, Christie could do that.
Well-
Christie was gonna suggest another potential guest speaker in here, and I feel nervous about trying to represent.
Well, then just, I'll reach out to Frank.
Okay,
I can reach out to Graham, what month would
Yeah.
work for you? And we don't wanna load up a meeting with too many. It'd be good to
No, I
have
think-
one per meeting, so Liz and I can sort of
Yeah,
sift that out over the
Yeah.
next couple of months.
yeah, the person that Christie was going to also suggest we might wanna host. Is looking for his full project right now, so I can. Explain him.
Did you say John?
Janice is it Will? Hold on 1 second. It's Vermont Heavy Timber, the director, owner and director. of Vermont
on Route
Heavy
2?
Timber. Oh, where he is, Miles Janice.
Yeah, I don't know.
She really thinks we'd like to hear from him. He has a very cool ethical building company. Interested in restoration, like, fitting up.
Can you just
No building, what is this comment here is, like no building is too far gone or something?
You might email that to the group or to me and Liz,
Sure.
and we'll get a schedule. of
Yeah.
this, but like I say, we
that
don't
sounds
load
good,
them up.
yeah, right.
He could help fix the face of Plainfield, as you were saying.
You were gonna say something?
I'm spacing out on her name, the woman who bought the 3-family across from the post office,
Yes. We
which is
forgot.
referred to as Helen.
Oh, the
What?
Hemmelhoff, yeah, Hemmelhoff, yeah.
Suriani is her last name.
Yeah, I don't
In a
know
minute,
her.
her first name will come in. She got in touch with me because she wanted some help with her kitchen project.
Yep.
But actually what she's doing, I found extremely interesting. She's rehabbing this whole 3-family home. Sort of soup to nuts, and I think in a very interesting way, and. She was at my shop talking about cutting up plywood. I thought she might be somebody who. When she gets some of her. Calculations and budgets together might be
That would be
a
useful.
source of information, or what's involved in taking. A building like that, and
So
how
that's
does
the
that work?
mansard roof that's
Yes.
painted dark green and kind
Mhm.
of lighter
And
green.
she said she'd be interested in coming, so
Okay,
Oh, great.
well, we do have that sort of.
I'm gonna see her. Sorry.
Okay, we do have that sort of subgroup of builder advocates expertise. That, you and David are on, and so, yeah. Follow through and see, when would be a good time for her.
I don't know, I just.
It's a
on
good
the
idea.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's why Graham.
Because I thought, oh, this is a project that's
Right in town.
happening, it's not on
Yeah.
an adjacent
And
property, it's not a Goddard,
Yeah,
but it's.
Yeah.
3 units that are really being. Brought online for a long-term use.
and it's in an old building in town, not done by a big general contractor or.
Done by just a very clever person.
Yeah, there's gonna be more of that in town than big, huge,
Right,
EF Walls building.
And- to just. What can we do to make that. Process a little better and a little
Well,
easier? What
anytime
can we
we-
provide?
Anytime we can provide information and knowledge to other potential housing developers, we wanna do that.
But yeah, that's great, also, just, one of the workshops at the annual housing conference that was offered to, in Vermont, in April, and, Vicky and I attended. One of the workshop leaders, there were two brothers from Bellas Falls who, so there's sort of been exemplary. In being a local. Creative, team, and they've taken old buildings, right, they grew up in town. They took old buildings in town that were either, change of use, one was like a store. But anyway, they, you know, and then they got the apartment, they got the building next to it, and anyway, they've been slowly renovating these old buildings and making some really nice apartments. And they're still there, they're still they're the owners and they're the landlords, but it's been pretty successful in Bellas Falls, that kind of thing, and I think, it's used as an example by the state, because having local people, instead of some developer from out of state or wherever coming in and trying to, and doing, you know, renovating work, it just seemed to really be, it clicked. People had good relationships, they had good relationships with the renters. They have, good relationships with the contractors they work, you know, people they work with. And there's other examples around the state of, you know, that kind of thing, local developer.
We'll line them all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
develop, we need to develop our own.
Yeah. So
Chris?
is there any other item on the agenda? I mean, we've gone through the agenda. Do you want to add anything? We could get Russ on the right time.
I
Okay,
do,
so-
I just
okay.
want to add
Okay,
one thing,
yeah.
which is, you know, at the select board meeting where I presented
Yeah.
my report. We had agreed that that would be a rotating duty of somebody on the committee. And the next such presentation is gonna be September. So we need a volunteer to say that they would like to do that.
I'll
Will?
do it. Yeah, I'll be.
You will? Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Okay. But it's good to know ahead of time, because then. you
Yeah,
can
yeah, I could try,
thinking about what the, yeah.
By then we should have our ordinance more,
Well, they'll have the ordinance.
they will have the
It'll
ordinance,
be
and
in there.
it will be
Yeah.
more
There'll be accomplishments.
discussed.
It's something we've done, yeah.
If not passed, it
Yeah,
will
yeah.
be still.
Yeah.
In discussion.
In that case, the next meeting is the 29th.
What's today, the 8th?
It'll be the
So-
29th.
Oh,
We're the 22nd.
22nd.
Yep.
Our next meeting.
Our next meeting is the 22nd, yep. And what do you have to offer up?
Chris Space, the 22nd.
Yeah.
And the drum roll. Oh, let me look.
Yeah.
22nd of July, right?
Yep.
There's nothing here. We're
Yay.
wide open. We can go
Well,
everywhere.
what do we want? I think the clock house is.
The clock tower is lovely.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. It's air conditioned.
Okay, it is there,
And we can have an owl.
and we can have the owl.
Okay, so the next meeting will be the 22nd at 5 PM. Everybody's happy with the 5 PM
Yeah,
at the clock tower.
okay,
So we'll have David
putting us in now.
Okay,
doing,
and
Discussing
David should be
inventory.
back. Yeah, inventory.
how about, Graham?
Well, we'll see if, we'll have to ask when everybody's available.
Okay, but I thought he also didn't we have him on
Yes, he wanted to do, he was gonna be here today, but.
sort of like
Yeah.
the 10 easiest,
Yes, Yep.
Options for.
Yep.
Working on a house and getting,
Yep.
resources.
so I'll contact him and see if he can commit to the 22nd. And I'll contact Frank. Okay,
Anything else?
I think, well, I'm sure we can find some.
Wow, we're getting out early. This is-
Yeah, that's good.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, motion to adjourn.
My second,
Okay, all in favor?
I.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
thank you.
Okay.
That was great.